Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jackson Lin, the Sales Assistant Manager from Swancor Holdings, and I'm so honored to see you to participate in this seminar. Yeah, and today I would like to introduce our new development product that can revolutionize the FRP market and lead us to the zero carbon era. And that is the recyclable thermosetting epoxy resin, EzCiclo, and CleaVER. And I think some of our customers may not be familiar with Swancor, so I would like to do the brief introduction of our companies. Swancor was founded in Taiwan, a small island in Asia, in 1992. So this year is our 30th anniversary. And we are the FRP resin supplier focusing on the vinyl ester and epoxy resin and other related products. Yeah, and our revenue last year was around 357 million US dollar, and right now we have over 700 employees. And as the market leader in Far East Asia, we have two R&D sites, one in China and one in Taiwan. And we have 5 production sites in China, Taiwan, and Malaysia. And we also have a distributor all around the world to support our customer. And we will keep cooperating with you to grow the FRP industry. And Swancor can provide 3 main product lines to you. And the first one is the corrosion-resistant materials. As the largest vinyl ester resin manufacturer in Asia, we acquired 26% market share in 2020. Yeah, and our product can be used in many industry applications, such as the storage tank, pipe, or marine yacht, and other products who need the corrosion-resistant properties. And if you need the environmentally friendly products, we can also offer you the low styrene vinyl ester. And our second product line is the wind blade materials. And we are the few supplier who can provide the total solution for the wind blade composites, from resin, adhesive, pultrusion plate, to pre-pick. And that makes us one of the main suppliers to the tier 1 wind turbine manufacturer. And with this experience, we also built the first offshore wind farm, Formosa 1 in Taiwan. And right now, we are the top 3 resin supplier in China with 16% market share and 10% globally. Okay. And our last product line is the carbon fiber composites. And through the cooperation with the Formosa Plastics, one of the main carbon fiber supplier in the world, we secure a stable carbon fiber material supply. And that makes us the best choice for providing the carbon fiber protrusion plates to the tier 1 wind turbine blade manufacturer. And not just in wind turbine blade, we are also the leader of in Taiwan for the carbon fiber composite part with the aerospace and automobile certification. And in order to provide the best quality product to our customer, we invested our own DNV GL and CNAS certificate laboratory in our Shanghai plant. And we're also focusing on the ESG issue. So we have established the ESG committee in 2015. And ever since that, our company has been awarded the TCSA Sustainability Award in Taiwan for 7 consecutive years. And to show our effort toward the more sustainable future, we update our slogan this year, and that is devoted to carbon neutrality and new material innovation. So, as our brand promise, we dedicate our resource in the renewable energy, and particularly in the wind turbine blades industry. So from 2019 to 2020, the product made of the Swancor epoxy products has contributed 98 million annual carbon dioxide reduction. And for the conventional power plants, our corrosion-resistant materials also helps about 20 gigawatts the thermal power plants to renovate their equipment to improve their pollution emission. And to show our commitment to our new slogan, we will keep providing the more green products to you. And this is our other development product, and it is like CCUS related materials or the cost-effective Swancor hybrid resin for the large wind power blades. Yeah, and we also have the thermoplastic epoxy for the carbon fiber composite parts like a shoe sole or a luggage shell. And our company vision guides our action to become a respected company in the green energy, environmental protection, and safety, and to offer our customer the highest value products and the service. So, in years of developing the epoxy FRP products, we understand that the market desires for the more rigid or stronger products throughout the competition. However, this industry has failed to answer that how to recycle them. There's no sustainable recycle solution right now. And when it comes to composites, it is already widely be used in our life, such as wind turbine blades, in the train or automobile parts, or in the sports goods, like a bicycle or the racket frame. And we are so used to them without noticing it. So until then just got old or broken, I think you may not hesitate to just throw them away. Yeah, but the very tough binding between the fiber and the thermoset resin makes it very hard to do the recycle for a long time. So where is their final destination? Right now, globally, many countries are looking at the wind power energy as a clean solution to reduce the carbon emission. However, for several years, the wind power industry has faced the problem, and that is how to dispose those discarded wind turbine blades. And you can see the number in the foreseeable future. The discarded wind turbine blades will rise dramatically. And through the years' development, we find a solution how to do the recycling for the epoxy FRP product. And not just in wind turbine industry. We can also use this solution to the conventional FRP parts. So it is also possible for like the corrosion-resistant industry or in the aerospace and automobile industry. These are the current ways for handling the waste FRP, such as landfill, incineration, or make it as a material for insulation art or infrastructure. But none of them are the true sustainable way to do the recycle. So right now, also landfill was prohibited for the waste turbine blades from 2025, and European Commission also proposed a circular economy bill. So I would like to announce here at the JEC for the first time our solution to not just for the recyclable, but also for the circular economy. And that is our EzCiclo and CleaVER system. And epoxy, this material is already widely used in many industries, like the wind turbine blades, sports goods, automobile part or electronic device. And when they come to their end of life, we have to dispose those discarded FRP. And our product concept is that when we do the recycle process, we want it to be fewer side effects and also lower energy consumption. And not just that, we can also make those recycled FRP material becomes reusable back to their original application. So actually, our EzCiclo epoxy is just like a general epoxy resin. It can be cured with the hardener, a commercial hardener, such as the amine or anhydride. And the different parts, we put our know-how, the EzCiclo techniques, into the epoxy part. So when the thermoset network is formed, we can use the CleaVER, the degradation agent, as a scissor to cut off the bonding and make the thermoset resin back to the oligomer or monomer. And very interesting is that we can use that oligomer and monomer back to make the EzCiclo again. So it's very interesting idea. And actually, we already use these techniques to provide some of new materials for the pultrusion and infusion application. And compared with our own commercial grades, they have the almost equivalent mechanical properties, and they can meet the gel requirements and the requirements for the 100-meter blade manufacturing process. And let me take the infusion resin, RB519, as example. Compared with our commercial resin, 2515, it has even longer viscosity development time and a longer part life, which are very important parameters for the long wind turbine blade manufacturing process. And customer, they don't need to change their existing process or buy some new equipment to use our EzCiclo into their product. And I think you will be also curious about how's the mechanical properties of the recycled resin. So we use the degraded oligomer back to make the EzCiclo again, and use that resin to make a FRP sample. And you can see that the mechanical properties, such as tensile strength, elongation, or the HDT, are almost the same level compared with our virgin EzCiclo resin. So it's very exciting that we really make a true recyclable thermoset resin, epoxy resin. Yeah. And that can become a true circulation economy. Yeah. And this interesting feature needs the cooperation with our CleaVER degradation agent. So I would like to demonstrate how the degradation process works. Actually, it is very simple. So you just need to cut the FRP part into to fit your reactor. And you don't need to chop the FRP part into a very small pieces. And because that will also affect the length of the recycle, the fiber length after recycle, and which will limit their reuse value. Yeah. So you just cut it and put it into the reactor. And after that, you just pull the CleaVER into the reactor and make sure all of the parts are immersed into it. And after that, you just need to heat up the reactor with agitation to for example, 130 degrees with 2 to 3 hours. And after that, the reaction is just finished. You don't need to do other process. Then you can easily separate the fiber from the degraded oligomer. And you can see that the fiber can be easily peeled off with hands. And since we don't apply the high temperature or high pressure or other strong acid solvent in the recycle process, the fiber can keep their mechanical properties after the degradation process. So let's take a look at a video, and you can know more about how easy this process can be.
Swancor recyclable thermosetting resin, EzCiclo, and CleaVER glass fiber degradation process. Prepare the FRP samples. First, place FRP into the reactor. Then, put degraded material CleaVER into the reactor. Turn on the agitator to speed up the degraded reaction. Heat up and keep constant temperature at 130 degrees Celsius. Heating continuously for 3 hours. Stop heating and stirring. Wait until it cools to room temperature. After the degradation process, take out the samples from the reactors. This is the degraded resin. Then, take out the degraded glass fiber samples. You can find fibers that effectively swelled during the degradation process. The degraded glass fibers can be easily peeled off layer by layer with hands. Fibers after drying are reusable. Let's see the glass fibers comparison before and after degradation. Swancor, devoted to carbon neutrality and new materials innovation.
Okay, so you can see that the process is very simple and easy. Yeah, and we believe that the more easy the recycle process is, the more possible people will be willing to deal with it. And compared to the existing recycle method, our EzCiclo and CleaVER system has the lowest processing cost because we don't need to apply the high temperature like the pyrolysis method, which not just cause the energy waste, but also produce the air pollution, and let the the fiber mechanical property become weaker after the recycle process. And also, we are not like the solvents method. We don't need to use a strong acid solvent during the process, so there won't be the water pollution during the recycle process. And most of all, our fiber and resin in our system are 100% recyclable. So that means that we produce the lowest carbon footprint products during the recycle process. Yeah, so that can reach the real green product and circulation and also achieve the circulation economy. Okay, so we propose that in the future, you can use the EzCiclo resin just as a normal epoxy product and combine with the fiber to make the composite into your product. So when the product comes to the end of life as time goes by, you can use CleaVER to separate the resin and the degraded oligomer. And after that, since the fiber can keep their mechanical property, so it can be reformed and go back to the composite application again. And the degraded oligomer can go back to our production process of the EzCiclo, and we can provide them the second life. And right now, we are already cooperating with our customer to achieve this recycle diagram. And not just evaluate the EzCiclo resin itself, we also evaluate the recycled glass fiber and carbon fiber and use them to make the new SMC, BMC product or the injection molding master batch, or just directly make it back to the fiber mat. And all of them now is try to making the other composite parts, such as automobile part or household appliance or other parts, and evaluate their properties. And also, we are keeping on discover the potential of the degraded oligomer, and also their mechanical their properties in our EzCiclo system. Yeah. So let me summarize today's presentation. Our EzCiclo and CleaVER system are 100% recyclable thermoset epoxy resin system, and you don't need to buy any new equipment or change your process to switch your current product, your current material to EzCiclo. And also, we can keep the fiber length during the recycle process and make it become more valuable after the recycle process. And we don't have any additional waste during the recycle process, and which means, and also we can keep the mechanical property, not just fiber, but also the resin. So there's no material property loss after recycling. It means that we develop a true sustainable epoxy solution, which can reduce your company's carbon footprint. And we can say that Swancor removes the necessary evil haunted the industry for the past 90 years. And thanks for your participation. And I will take some questions if you are interested in our product. Or you can also contact us later through this QR code, and our staff will discuss with you for further cooperation. Yeah. OK, so is there any question? Yeah.
Yes, thank you for an interesting talk. You mentioned that you don't need any aggressive solvent to dissolve it.
Yes.
Then I start being curious on how is it with the environmental stability for these resins? Are there any type of conditions they cannot withstand, like sour, alkaline, or?
Mm-hmm. Actually, right now, this is a very good question. We are also right now doing many agent tests about our EzCiclo resin, and right now it shows the property is just like a usual epoxy resin. So there's no if compared with normal resin, it's almost the same properties. Yeah. So I think the sustainability should be fine. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Very, very interesting talk. Mm-hmm. I'm just curious. So when you want to remove the resin from the FRP, then you are using this CleaVER, and then you have afterwards the fibers, and then you have this, what I see as a mix between resin and the CleaVER.
Yes.
Do you then have to remove the epoxy and the CleaVER afterwards, or is it just?
Yeah, you got a very, very important point. It's also a very important point in our system. Actually, you don't need to remove the CleaVER. The CleaVER can directly back to the EzCiclo production process and make the resin again. So actually, EzCiclo, the CleaVER is also part of the EzCiclo techniques. Yeah. But it's, at the first time, I also feel it's very interesting. Yeah.
Thank you.
OK, so thanks for your participation.
connaissais pas encore, notre aventure vaudrait de l'or. Si on se rencontrait à peine, mon amour, quelle aubaine. J'aurais la langue délicieuse, j'aurais une part de moi mielleuse.